Sure.
Okay, we'll start with you, Allison.
Hi, everybody. I'm Allison Haynes. I'm the Director of Travel, so I am in charge of the trips. I run the trips from the beginning to the very end when you come home and get your thank you email for traveling with us. I'm in charge of all of that. I also work with Dean to do all the development on new trips, and we have some coming into 2022 that we're excited about. No details on that yet, but we'll talk about that as we get into this a
I'm
little
Dean
bit.
McCurry. I own DM Auction Services, and they have started DM Travel about a year ago with Allison coming on board. And the reason is we felt like with the third-party travel companies, we didn't have any control. The concierge was done by somebody else, third party. We felt like the trips were defined and selected by themselves. So we've taken control. We own the travel company. We vet the trips ourselves. We know the destinations. As an auctioneer, I know what sells. I'm on stage. I'm talking to the people. I'm selling the trips. So after I know the trips, I know what the demand is and what will sell and what not will sell. So it's a direct relationship with the donors, the organization, and our travel company that we want to be successful. And the main thing that I keep harping on is making money for the organization. When I'm on stage, I'm conscious of the mission, the goals, financial goals, and the experience that the patrons in the audience are having to have fun. The trips we're doing now is domestic, international. People are traveling. We're now, Allison's in Dallas here. We're going through the year in review of what sold, what hasn't sold, what we can enhance, and then selecting new trips, new destinations for 2022, and come out of the chute firing for the new year. We're booked, have a lot of backlog of galas right now, golf tournaments, and we want to make sure that we optimize the trips we've got to enhance and financially reward the organization and the bidders themselves. So go ahead and talk about some of the new trips, Allison, what we got and what our thoughts are.
So this year, recently we have launched a Greece trip, which is a 3-day,
Wow.
3 days, 3 nights in
A Grecian holiday.
Santorini and 3 nights in Mykonos. It doesn't get any better than that. So that's for 2 people. Yeah, for 2 people. So new that I had to think about it for a second. Aside from that, new trips, what else have we?
We got Mallorca. We've got, we're looking at some concerts right now. Again, we talked about Adele. The Adele situation is there's a big demand for the Adele who announced at Caesars for a show through January, I think.
So what would you
April.
do with that?
We would provide it like 2 people, a very nice hotel, like, the Cosmopolitan, Aurora, or Wynn, potentially the Caesars Palace. And it'd be like 4 people, going to the concert. And the concert tickets are very high in demand. We're working on that as we speak right now. And so we've notified the people to get the tickets, to get the concert, to do that. And that'll be forthcoming, like within a week, we'll announce the Adele thing. Price affordable, where A, the organization makes money, and B, the patrons who buy it, it's not sticker shock. The other thing is like the Masters. We just sold 2 Masters trips, which is a big deal. They're hard to get, they're hard to find, can't get tickets. We got them, we got them. And that was one organization that said, I want the Masters. We got them, they're happy. It's been a big financial reward for the Masters for the people that bought the trip. The other has been the U.S. Open domestically. We've sold a ton of the U.S. Open. It's been very successful. Golfers want to go. It's a bucket list, just like the Masters is. And it's in Boston this year, so it's a great trip.
I want to stop you there with the bucket list. Do you think that those are like, when you're going to put on a fundraising event, you think like that? Because people, when they're at an event and they want to give to a good cause, they'll go for those bucket list moments. Like, hey, the Masters or the U.S. Open, this is going to a good cause. I really want this, but I'm going to actually bid on it.
So what we got to do is do the demographics of the organization. We don't want to price ourselves where it's sticker shock out of the price range or too low where they're not making enough money. So a couple things are going to factor of how many people will be at the auction, the demographic of the crowd. I look at the posts, what they do in the past, what they sell live, what sold, how much. The key that what I've done is splitting trips themselves. So I can see a demand for a certain level because I know what the consignment cost or the reserve cost is. So I always start above that. We get to a certain point where they're making tons of money, and then rather than sell 1 and make a little bit of money, I'll sell 5 or 6 or 4 or 8 and sell a lot of money for the organization. And you got 5 people that want to go on the trip, they'll go on the trip. So the bucket list is like Tuscany's been very successful.
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos, tell us about Turks.
Turks is
Yes.
crazy in demand. So that trip is a 5-night trip, and it's in a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. We also have a higher level Turks trip that we have access to too. That's kept on our luxury list, but that's a 5-bedroom, 5-bath. So at both levels, Turks is very much in demand. It's certainly been a big go-to even all the way through COVID. I mean, it has not slowed down at all. The booking of it, the buying of it, anything to do with Turks. The other hot trip that I can't not talk about is Kentucky Bourbon. Dean sells that. I'm astonished after each event how many people want to go to Kentucky and taste bourbon. I'm not a bourbon drinker, but it's a great trip. It's for 4 people. It's for 3 nights. It's 4 distillery tours. There's over 35 distilleries in Lexington, or in and around Lexington. Some of the big ones are Buffalo Trace, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, Woodford Reserve, Maker's Mark. Any bourbon that you've heard of, they're based in Kentucky, and that trip is a huge draw. Great seller.
It's a villa, so it's a private place.
Yeah.
You got Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse for dinner, and then you've got a horse farm that you can go visit, which is really so you have a lot of things to do. You have 3 nights, which is, a great trip. During the daytime, the distilleries. At night, cool dinner, great restaurants in Lexington. But that's the Bourbon Trail. That's where all the bourbon is. Tuscany's been a gold mine for us because people love to go to Tuscany. We know Tuscany real well. I've been there twice. It sells, you make money, the organization does, and people love the trip. Ireland, very price affordable, 7 nights at a castle, 5-star restaurant. You're near Cork Island for seafood. It's just a great trip. Mallorca's new. We've got Mallorca, which is off of Spain. That's been very successful. And so, the Greece trip, we just put together the Greece trip. That's
Did
been
you
great.
expand on that Greece trip, or did we kind of brush over it a little bit?
Well, I can expand on it again if I didn't. It's 3 nights in Santorini.
This is brand new.
It's for 2 people.
Brand
We
new.
just released it last week. We haven't even done a really big release on social media. It's going to come probably this week or next.
Yeah.
3 nights in Santorini, followed by 3 nights in Mykonos. So it's the best of Greece. Santorini is classic Greece, and then you've got Mykonos, which is a little more hip, a little more fun, a little more evening action, and a little more history in Santorini. But it's a hotel. We use a hotel in each place. Absolutely to die for. Hotels, 5-star all the way, and it's for 2 people for each trip. So, and the great thing about it is if you've got 6 people that want to go, they can just buy 3 trips. It's that simple. Then they all get to go together.
So, real quick, you said something off of that in the last video that we did that I think we should really touch on here before we get past it, is the fact that having these trips and being able to sell multiple of those trips in your auction can just really help up your revenue.
Yeah, because basically, like I said before, I know the consignment, I know the reserve cost. It's our trip. So what I do is I start above the consignment cost, so they've already made money. I look at the crowd's going crazy. We have the PowerPoint, we have the music. They all see it on their phone, what the information is about the trip. So with the PowerPoint, the excitement, I'm on stage, and my auctioneers are trained the same way to get the trip where it's really at a fever pitch for people bidding. So rather than just sell 1 trip at $5,000, I could sell 4 trips at $4,500. And that's what I did Sunday night, 2 nights ago. I was at an event at Top Golf, and I knew this bourbon trip was going crazy. And so I saw 4 people that wanted to do it, 1 person at 5. So I took him down to $4,500, and I had 4 people buy it at $4,500, and they made a ton of money. It was like $9,000 on 1 trip. That's the kind of stuff that's out there because we vetted the trips, we've looked the trips over. Allison knows them. We feel comfortable like Turks and Caicos. We'll sell that 5 or 6 times a night. And we, like I said, the demographics of the trip, like in the United States, you've got Broken Bow, which is a day trip. You've got Napa. You've got Charleston, Savannah, which is maybe a girls trip. And you've got the bourbon trip. So we're customizing, itemizing. We're looking at some concerts now, the Dale concert in Vegas, if it makes sense financially, both for the organization and it's not sticker shock too high price. The other thing is some concerts like Billy Joel in New York City. I've been there, I've seen it. It was one of my best trips. You got a Broadway play, you pick the Broadway play, you have a nice dinner, and you have Billy Joel and you have a hotel. Great New York package, really fun. And it sells. Billy Joel's going to be playing there for years to come. And these are things that are unique, they're fun, they're affordable, and everybody makes money off of them. And we have a penthouse in St.
Martin.
St.
Oh
Martin.
yeah,
It's
describe that one.
Yeah, it's a 5-bedroom.
5-bedroom, 5-bath, all king suite. So that's great for a big group of couples celebrating an anniversary or a big birthday. oceanfront penthouse in a high rise, and you have all the amenities of the beach club there. So you've got you've got the fitness room, you've got the sauna, you've got the pools, you've got the all the outlets that are on property, and it's just it's on the Dutch side of the island.
What are the bedrooms like?
This is a huge penthouse and tons of outdoor space. So
Each
margaritas
bedroom is a
on the
big
each
suite.
bedroom's a suite. They have each bedroom
And that's
has
very
its
unique.
ensuite.
You don't
Yeah.
find that hardly
You
anywhere.
don't, yeah,
That's
exactly.
a big deal.
So
Yeah.
it makes it very conducive to 40th birthday or 50th birthday.
In Tuscany, we have Amalfi Coast. I mean, these are things we've got.
Yeah.
Iceland, but like in Tuscany, we've sold it 200 times. And in Tuscany, we have for one bedroom for two people, so it's a romantic getaway. You want to get out of here, get away from the kids, relax. That's it. We have for three people the most popular one, 3 bedrooms with a villa, with a pool, and it's a welcome buffet, wine and cheese tour, and a chef's dinner. Then we have a 7 bedroom. So if you want to have the ultimate party, back to the 40th birthday, back to an anniversary, invite your friends, invite your family, whatever. It's a great place. We have 2 or 3 of these villas that are 7 bedrooms with a pool. Unbelievable. I've seen them, been there and checked them out, and it's great. And the places we've got are all private residences. It's villas that we know that will give the wow factor to the people that bought it. We don't want to have people going, wow, this wasn't what I thought it was. We want to know that we've vetted the trips, vetted the locations of properties, and then, like the tours of the distillery. Allison will work on that. The tour, the reservations for dinner, she'll have that. She'll book the place, so the place is private. So when you go on these trips, a little bit echelon. And then we're looking at some luxury packages for 2022, maybe a little cruise line that's small, little teeny cruise line to hit the Caribbean islands or some trips in Europe. So
Nice.
that'll be forthcoming. We're already making inroads to that, which would be really a big deal. But it's kind of like the demographics of the crowd, Kaylee. You've got to work the crowd to make money. You don't want to go up there and sell the $10,000, $20,000 private island when the crowd just can't afford that.
Yeah.
So we look at where we want to sell, we want everything to sell, don't want to not sell anything, and that's why we select the bucket list that we feel like is matched up to the crowd.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it for us.
Good.
Doing pretty good. We had a couple people say, hey, Lisa said hi to Dean and Jeff said hi to Dean.
Hey, hi
So,
everybody. Thank you for being
yeah.
on Facebook.
Yes.
This is Allison, I'm Dean. This is Kaylee. We're having a great time. This is my
Okay.
backyard. That's the pool.
So see you in 2022.
See you
ya.
in 2022. Travel, book the trip, let's go buy an auction piece.